The backstory to this little drama is pretty short, because Adam and Eve ate of the tree which God had forbidden them to eat. They were cast out of the garden. And the Lord placed angels at the entrance to keep them from returning. All in all, things looked pretty bleak. We'd joined the unhappy couple just outside the garden as the thunder of judgment dies off in the distance. Man, if they'd been wearing shoes, I wouldn't want to have been at them.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Lord sure does have a flair for the dramatics, doesn't he?
Well, Adam, why do you gotta take everything so lightly? We've been evicted from our beautiful garden. It's ruined, and now we're cursed.
Oh, don't cry, Dave. Everything will be just fine. I mean, look at it this way. It can't get much worse.
What was that?
It just got worse. Just do that. There's a tiger. It's attached to the football.
Adam, what is it?
Trust me, you don't want to see that. You've never seen anything like that before.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
Hey, nice dance step. Dave, what you doing?
Oh,
that?
Adam, you're so insensitive sometimes. I stepped on something, and it's stuck in my foot, and it hurts like sin. See what it is?
Huh, good. Oh, it's a thorn.
What's a thorn?
I don't know.
Well, then how do you know it's a thorn?
Because it doesn't look like anything else.
Adam, I'm scared. There's so many more scary animal noises out there, and
Oh, man. What was that all about?
I'm sorry. I think it's these animal skins that are making me do it.
They're better than big ones. If they've been big ones, they gave me a rash.
You need a rash.
Rash, radish, they made me itch.
Achoo! Sorry.
It's the curse. That's what it is. It's the curse.
I didn't curse. I think it was a sneeze.
No, it's a curse. It was sneeze. What's a sneeze? That's silly sounding, sneeze.
Who says you have to be the one making up the words all the time? I think sneeze describes it perfectly.
Sneeze. It's a stupid word. It's nonsensical. In the future, no one will ever use sneeze. You know what? I think you ought to just leave the word creation up to me.
Well, they will too use it. Years from now, when people use the word sneeze, they'll have me to thank for it. They may not know where it comes from. You know, you're not the only creative one around here. I also have something to contribute.
Contribute? Yeah, you got something to contribute. You contributed to this whole mess that we're in.
Well, there you go, blaming me again. You know, it's not my fault that you lost your appetite.
My appetite? My appetite? It was you that ate us out of house and home. What part of forbidden fruit didn't you understand? Forbidden. It means don't eat the stupid fruit.
Don't raise your voice to me, Mr. Adam. You sure were quick to snark down a bite when I offered it to you.
Yeah, and I'll pay for that the rest of my life. I'll tell you what, I knew better. I should have listened to my own judgment and stuff, but did I? No, but... Well, from this day forward, man shall not hearken it unto woman.
Well, you know, you never really listened to me before, Adam. Why did you then? Because you secretly wanted to know what the fruit tasted like, too.
Can't hear you. Mowing the lawn.
Oh, that's it. You overheard the serpent and I talking, and you wanted to be like God, knowing good from evil. Well, how does it taste now, big man?
Still can't hear you. Working.
What are you doing? You look silly.
I'm working. God said that I was going to have to work and sweat, so that's what I'm doing. Working. Work, work, work.
You know,
If you don't mind, it's getting a little warm out here. You think you can give me something to drink there? Hey, thanks.
you know, you're not really working. You're just trying to make yourself look like you're working, just so you can avoid talking to me. Just like a man.
Can't hear you. Working.
Well, you're not going to talk to me. I'm not going to talk to you either.
Ooh, scare me. I'm begging. Look, I'm not.
Oh, you'll be begging. Before it's all over with, you'll be begging.
mean by that?
You know exactly what I mean. Don't find yourself some other woman to ignore.
Oh, just Lord's sake, you know good and well there are no other women.
And there may never be.
Can we talk about this?
Oh, and now he wants to talk. Well, talk to the hand, because the head ain't listening.
Where did you come up with this funny stuff?
Talk to the hand, why do you use that on the yakety-yak serpent?
You know, I only talked to the yakety-yak serpent because you were too busy naming every single stinky, creepy, crawling creature you could find. Well, say something to the rest of us, would you?
I'm sorry, I guess I should have paid a little bit more attention to you, but a serpent, what were you thinking?
Well, at least he talked to me, and he knew how to give a compliment. You think because you're the only man around that you got the market cornered? Well, see what happens? It's all your fault. Even God said it was.
Meanwhile, unnoticed by the quarreling couple, the large python slowly neared them. Or maybe it was an anaconda. Or was that a boa constrictor? I never could tell them apart. Anyway, it was a huge snake with big sharp teeth, and it's huge, and short nose. And its big little eyes saw them as lunch. Slowly it crawled closer and closer until...
Adam, help!
What are you doing?
Trying to help!
You are the snake!
Adam, you saved me!
Oh, of course I did, Eve. I love you. You're the only woman for me. You know.
Well, Adam, I hate snakes. I'll always hate snakes. And I hate thorns, and I hate killing, and I hate that innocent animals had to die just so we could have clothes.
Me too. Me too. Look, I'm sorry for the way I acted. You know, I was just taking out the anger that felt inside of me. I was taking it out on you, and I shouldn't have.
You really don't blame me for it all?
I can't blame you for any of it, Eve. I'm the man. It was my responsibility. I sinned. And because I sinned, our children are going to have to suffer. We're going to have to suffer. You know, sometimes I think God would have just been better off had he just picked another Adam. You know, I'm a failure. I'm just a total failure.
Adam, I think God knows what kind of man you are. After all, who made you, didn't he? He didn't make any of us to be failures. And besides, I believe he still loves you.
You really think so?
I know so.
But how?
Because I do.
Well, it's just us now, Mama. I mean, we'll just have to stick together until we get out of this mess we made, and one day we will. And God promised, didn't He?
I'll never forget it. He gave us a hope that we could hang on to.
And a name that you can hang on to.
God bless you.
Why'd you say that?
I don't know, it just seemed like the right thing to say.
Well, that was a good saying, you know. And you're right, it did feel like a sneeze.
I wonder if we'll ever be allowed back in paradise again.
Well, we will someday. We'll be allowed back in paradise. You know, there's when the deliverer that God promises is born.
So, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yeah, we better get busy.
Hey, let's raise a little candy.
And so oops, wrong story. And so, round one in the battle of the sexes ends in a draw and a temporary truce. And the same battle would rage between their descendants as countless men and women down through the years fought with no less inconclusive results. The children Adam and Eve had caused them no little amount of grief and heartache. But one day, the promised deliverer was indeed born. And I'd call that a happy ending, wouldn't you?